Now let's talk about brain. Brain have covering layers. Number of covering layers is 3. First is dura mater, and second is organoid, and third layer of brain, protective layer of brain, known as pia mater. Dura mater is outermost layer of brain, and arachnoid is middle layer of brain, and pia mater is innermost layer of brain, and all have common function, that is protection of brain. Now let's talk about weight of brain. Weight of brain in case of male as well as in case of females. Males have 1400 gram and females have 1250 gram weight of brain. And most important point is weight of brain not represent intelligence. Because that means in case of intelligence, male is equal to female. Clear? Brain divided into 3 parts. First is forebrain, second is midbrain, and third is hindbrain. All have specific function and specific structure. Now let's discuss all parts of brain with diagrammatically. Clear? First is forebrain. In diagram, you clearly see forebrain. Forebrain made up by cerebrum, thalamus, and hypothalamus, collectively known forebrain. Now let's talk about forebrain. Basically, forebrain have 3 parts. Forebrain have 4 parts. First is olfactory lobes. Olfactory lobes. And function of olfactory lobes is sense of smell. Sense of smell. Now let's diagrammatically. First is cerebrum. Cerebrum. And cerebrum is largest part of the brain. Consists 2 hemispheres. Clearly see 2 hemispheres. Now function of cerebrum. Function of cerebrum, center of memory, and intelligence. Clear? Now let's talk about corpus callosum. Corpus callosum provides attachment or coordination between 2 hemispheres. Now let's talk about thalamus or hypothalamus. Firstly, we talk about thalamus, part of forebrain. Thalamus serves as a relay center for sensory impulse. Impulses like heat, cold, pain, light, pressure, all are sensed by thalamus. Now let's talk about another part of forebrain, that is hypothalamus. And the hypothalamus controlled all biological clock cycle. Biological clock cycle, as well as endocrine system, thermoregulation, like temperature. Endocrine system is that means hormones, autonomous nervous system regulation, and behavior and emotion. Behavior and emotion. All are controlled by hypothalamus, and hypothalamus is a part of forebrain. Now, trick for hypothalamus. Trick for hypothalamus. This is beta. B stand for biological clock cycle. E stand for endocrine system. T stand for thermoregulation, ANS regulation, and behavior and emotions. Also are controlled by hypothalamus. It's all about forebrain. Now let's talk about midbrain. And diagrammatically, midbrain. Midbrain have two parts. First is cerebral peduncles. And cerebral peduncles connect forebrain to hindbrain. And second is optic lobe. And optic lobe center for control eye movement and hearing response. Movement of eye controlled by midbrain, as well as hearing process. Hearing response. Now let's talk about third part of brain, that is hindbrain. Let's talk about hindbrain. Hindbrain consists three parts, clearly seen in diagram. Now firstly we talk about cerebellum. Cerebellum. Function of cerebellum: fine and skillful voluntary movement. As well as maintain body balance and body posture. Cerebellum affected by excess alcohol. Now you understand very well why Sarabi not have body posture or body balance. Clear? Now let's talk about Pons. This is not Pons white beauty. This is Pons varula, part of brain. Pons varula have pneumotaxic center. And what is the function of pneumotaxic center? Pneumotaxic center control breathing mechanism. Clear? Now let's talk about of hindbrain. That is medulla oblongata. And medulla oblongata control involuntary functions like vomiting, sneezing, puffing, heartbeat, and rate of breathing. All are controlled by medulla oblongata. This is all about brain. In case of like thinking process, sweating, sleep, pain, all are controlled by forebrain. And forebrain, hypothalamus and thalamus. Now, brain stem, the terminology. Brain stem formed by midbrain and hindbrain. Is that means midbrain plus hindbrain collectively called brain stem. Clear? This is all about brain.